Huh?
What is happening tonight?
Whoa. Oh. I am worn slap out.
That ain't good. That ain't good at all.
Oh, I got home
too.
I got home at a little after 7 my time.
Oh my!
And I've been doing reports, trying to eat some cold pizza, and then trying to get this to come up.
Yeah, I'm still learning, but I'm getting there. Man, it's been a long week. I know that. I think we got over the weekend. We got over 10 inches of rain in 3 days. Hey, we got somebody.
Good Lord!
Yeah, all the rivers are all out. All the creeks are out. Our lake's overflowing. It's a mess right now. And it went from in the 70s to it's a mess right now. Yeah. It went from the 70s all the way up to 90s today. Humid. It's ridiculous. How's Chris getting along?
What's going on?
Hey, Chris.
Just another day.
Boy,
hanging in there.
Yep. Yep. Garrett and I put a little room together last night. Get me out of the living room. Get some real light instead of having
I see that.
the disco. Instead of having the disco effect we're having with the TV. But yeah. I don't need anything for y'all to make fun of me on.
You like them? You like them boss shows, huh?
I'm looking on your gun safe. Is that boss ammo on your gun safe?
That's 3 cases. I gotta check with my shipping lady tomorrow to see if she shipped her box out. She hasn't given me the paperwork on it yet.
So. Yeah, I haven't got anything.
Yeah, I'll hit her up tomorrow. But yeah, 3 cases there. Yep.
What's your favorite one?
2 3/4 number 4s.
Okay.
We've shot them at everything from teal and wood ducks all the way up to late season honkers.
Have you tried using the Pattern Master choke with them?
No, I get the best pattern out of Factory Full.
Okay. So make sure to use a full choke with them.
Yeah.
Or could I go modified with it?
You can try modified. I wasn't getting as good with modified as I was with full. At full, I was getting 91, 92% in a 20-inch circle at 30 yards.
Okay.
Garrett shot a mid-range choke for a while last year with it.
Yeah.
And it opened up some. He was still getting probably 60 or 65%.
Gotcha.
In a circle. So
yeah, because I'm about to buy a case, and I want to make sure I don't waste the money.
No, it's not a waste.
Yeah.
I shot it 2 seasons ago, and I just tried to run it. Do what? Yeah, I tried 2 seasons ago, and I
ordered.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I shot it 2 seasons ago. I tried it and didn't like it. I just didn't choke it tight enough. But once I talked to the guys at Boss, and they told me to choke it down tight, it was a game changer.
Gotcha.
And what'd you order, Matt?
I ordered 2 boxes of 16 gauge number 5s and 2 boxes of 16 gauge number 7s.
Oh, those 7s will be nice.
I'm gonna pattern those here in about a week or so.
Yeah. Choke it down tight.
But, look what I came across. Let's see if you can see this. Oh, wait a minute.
Remington number 8s.
5s.
Yes. 16 gauge. Remember.
Nice.
Mm.
Yep, we see it now. Yep.
Of course, it's lead.
Well, yeah.
But I can't find any shells. I mean, and I can't. This is an old box that a guy had. He's been laying around his house, and I got about 6 boxes of them.
Yeah, we
They've
don't
been
have
laying
anything
around
up
his
here.
house for years. He doesn't shoot it anymore. So he said, "Here,
Yeah.
take them."
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We can't find anything up here. Our local shop has some 28 gauge target loads, but other than that, they don't have any shotgun shells.
Yeah.
Boss is still staying pretty good, pretty stocked up. So
Yeah. Yeah, I've been listening to all the different podcasts. And, that the guy that the owner jumps on. And,
Brandon Surecki is a magician when it comes to. He's a chemistry guy.
Yeah. Yeah, just hearing him talk about shells and going through all the different loads and stuff, I'm like, okay. And being a small business, I'm definitely going to switch from, because I was a big like Kent guy, and switching to Boss being a more of on a small business side, I'd much rather support that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You talk to, and if you call the shop and talk to Brandon or message Boss on Instagram or Facebook and talk to Brandon or Lee, they'll answer all the questions that you got.
Gotcha.
Brandon will get right down to the science on it. It's amazing talking to him. If you want, he told me a Winchester Model 12 is the best patterning shotgun out with Boss.
Huh.
An old Model 12 with full barrel will pattern better than any other gun out there.
Yeah.
But they hit
I have
hard.
the 16 gauge with a fixed full choke.
Yep.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, they don't like that. Yeah, it was hard for me to
waiting.
switch from 3-inch down to 2 3/4.
Yeah.
My buddies made fun of me until they started shooting a little bit of it. But the way they just pillowcased those early season geese was unbelievable.
Yeah. Now I was literally just watching one of your videos before I hopped into the live stream.
Oh yeah.
I think it was the last actual video you loaded up with waterfowl hunting. Y'all are banging geese at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then it switched over where you shooting some ducks in like low light.
Yeah.
Were you shooting Boss during all those hunts?
Oh yeah. Yep. All this season I shot Boss.
I mean, they were folding them up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you were crushing the geese.
Yeah.
And some of them we were even like, farther on out there too. It's probably 40, 45 yard shot.
Yeah. We stretched them out.
Yeah. That's awesome.
After 5 outdoors, live in Minnesota. What's up, guys? But yeah, we try to keep them, we like them in 15 to 20, but
of course. Yeah. Every hunter wants them in close, but sometimes, it just doesn't work out that way.
Yeah. But yeah, get some of those geese on passing shots over the top of us and just dropping the hammer on them.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what that 16 gauge does with them.
Mm-hmm.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too.
I want you to get into like an old, summer duck hole, as you say it, and just crush them.
Yeah.
I want to see them fold up with a 16 gauge. That's it. That should make for a good video.
I want to just wow.
And they do too.
Mm-hmm.
You get the big old 12, 13 pound geese just fold up, just done.
I've shot the heavy shot bismuth in the number 4s for my 16 gauge, and when I hit them, they don't go. I mean, they're done. They're done.
No, yeah.
I am really waiting because you got to understand the 16 gauge number 5s that I got from Boss is just like or very, very close to the lead shot number 5s I shot as a kid. And if I can get back into that groove when I like going back to hitting ducks like I did when I was a kid with this Boss ammo, oh yeah, I'll be wrecking the snot at them.
Right. It is insane. But just be ready. What's up, Jeremy? Yes, it's a rough looking crew. But just wait till you pull up with your group, and you pull out those little bitty short 2 3/4 shells. And them guys are shooting 3-inch or 3.5.
Yeah.
What are you doing with them little baby shells? Just watch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Watch this here. Hold my beer and watch this.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, season can't get here soon enough.
Oh, you're telling me. So Tennessee just opened up their blind, picking out the season long blind. So they do like a blind draw now, and I finally got in and fixed up all the blinds I wanted to pick, and you can only pick 24. So I kind of used some of the local help around here, so that way I didn't pick trash blinds. But hopefully I pick one up. I think the next week is the drawing for it.
We don't do any of our blind draws until usually the middle of September.
Yep.
Usually about the time teal season rolls through, they start drawing on the local lake here.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have 28 or 30 blind spots on it. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them just suck every year.
Yeah.
Early goose in September. I wish we'd get on that fast.
That's how it is in Virginia and Maryland. It's September 1st.
October 3rd is ours. So
yeah,
we got a lot of local geese this year. We had a good hatch. Seen a lot of them on farm ponds, and the lake's got our local lake here has probably got 75 or 80 on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was talking to one of my buddies up there in Maryland before I left. He's another fellow YouTuber, but he was talking about hatch rates and all that sort of stuff with no water out there, and in the Midwest, and I don't know. I mean, around here, I mean, I've been seeing ducks and geese around in this area. So I don't know. I don't know how the numbers are gonna look this year, but we'll see.
Yeah,
everywhere I go, I'm seeing geese, and I'm seeing lots of them. But they're all locals, and they all stay around the golf courses and the houses and little small ponds.
Some of our golf courses here will let us hunt, like late season when the golfers aren't getting out in the cold.
Yeah,
some of them will let us out and hunt.
I would kill to be out there on the golf course. That would make for an awesome story.
It would. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd have to if you get a chance to do it this year and hunt a golf course.
Yes.
You really need to go get an old golfer's suit, with the knickers and the funky looking socks,
with the old style long hair,
with your red beard, get one of them little Scottish hats, and have a golf club, golf bag, just walking out there, and the next thing you know, you're just bam, 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 bam.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah. Alex, are those geese gonna stay around your house long enough for you to get on them? I know you always say that there's got some down there under your house, but I don't know how long they stay.
And it's just like you said, they got plenty of water down south.
Yeah.
So
I did hear on one of the podcasts I was listening to today, South Dakota has a lot of water and a lot of crops.
Yeah.
They're not near as dry as North Dakota is.
Yeah. I think it may affect a lot of these states that complain that they don't have any ducks, aka like Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think it may affect it in a way, in the opposite of what people are thinking, because they probably have their hatch and where they've been hanging out in a completely different area than what they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they're going to have to push through. They may just push straight through North Dakota into South Dakota, or push east or west.
Yeah.
To get the food they need.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you may end up being the first one to get the big smash on them instead of those northern states. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can always hope.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, if your opening season ends up like a North Dakota type hunt,
yeah,
that'd be something else.
Once every couple of years, we'll get on just an absolute duck banger.
Yeah.
Ben, 6-7 years ago, we had a whole bunch of mallards loaded up in a cornfield across from Mom and Dad's place. We hunted every other night. I think we killed a 5-man one night, 6 or 7-man 2 nights later, another 5-man. But we thought we were letting them rest. We knew where they were roosting, so we were letting them rest every other day, letting them come back to the field. We didn't know they were hunting that pond. They were hunting the roost too. Somebody was.
Yep.
So them birds got blasted on every day. It was good hunting for about 6 days, and they bugged out.
Yeah.
But man, if you haven't hunted ducks in the corn, you got to give it a shot. They are totally different hunting in a cornfield.
Yeah. And that's a dry cornfield, not flooded.
No, yeah, just dry.
Yeah.
Dry field ducks.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do that.
Yeah,
I
harvest corn.
Yeah.
Harvested corn.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, when you're hunting water, you get those ducks that'll circle 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
When you're hunting corn, they may get one circle and they just suck right in on top of you. They act totally different.
When I was in Alberta, we were hunting a barley field right beside a pond. And I'm going to tell you, those ducks, they were hitting that barley and then all they did was just walk into the pond. But they were hitting that barley and they were coming in. Listen, we had 12 goose decoys, full body goose decoys. That's all we had. Instead of the regular mojos, we had the little field mojos, the little small ones.
Yep.
Not the flicker flocker, but the old, remember that one that came out that had that one, probably about that long?
Yep.
I forget what it is. It's a field mojo.
It had the base on it, like not that big. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a real big base.
Yeah.
And we had 3 or 4 of those out there and no calling whatsoever. And that was hard for me because I'm used to, calling ducks. And I get there and the guy I was with, I love it. And the guy I was with looks at it and says, "Hey, do me a favor, put them calls up." I said, "Oh, I know how to call." He goes, "I understand that. I got it. You know how to call. They won't respond." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I tell you what, first 2 flocks, see what happens. I'll let you do the calling." I'm doing it. Ducks are circle, and they go. They circle, go. And I'm looking at this guy. He goes, "Dude, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You're a damn good caller." He says, "You're great. You sound good, everything." He goes, "Now just put the calls up." I put the calls up. Next flock, they once they saw them, in. And I'm shooting mallards. It was an 8-buck limit, and I'm shooting mallards and pintails 5 and 10 feet away from me.
Oh yeah,
layout blind. It was absolutely crazy.
That's
we've had them.
And it was so hard for me to put them calls up.
Oh, it's tough.
Yeah.
We don't hardly run spinners on water anymore because most of the time it's flaring ducks up here. Run them on water, but if we're hunting a cornfield, a dry field, we'll have 5, 6, or 10 of them. You can't get enough.
Yeah,
they key on. They key on them so hard in dry feeds. It's crazy. But yeah, I guess they're not opening the Canada border, so none of us is going up there. I did see. All right. If you're vaccinated, do it. If you're vaccinated,
go ahead. Something about vaccination.
To get into Canada, they're talking about if you're vaccinated and take a 3-day quarantine and pay $2,000, you can get into Canada.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't list that you're hunting, they'll let you in. Yeah. But hunting's not essential, so they're not too worried about the hunters. Yeah. Yeah, guides up north are hurt.
Oh, I bet.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, are they allowed to come down into the U.S.?
I got to tell y'all something funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, the U.S. will let anybody in.
Yes, true.
We'll let anybody in except Cubans. We will not let Cubans in.
Yeah, because Cubans vote Republican.
I know.
Yeah, you got a point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think you can come down, but I don't know how much trouble it'd be to get back north. All right, go ahead, man.
All right. So last Monday I had my live stream.
Mhm.
And for those people who are in chat, y'all are going to laugh. Y'all are going to just have a good time laughing. So Monday, I did my live stream. I came in from work. I was hot. I was tired. I mean, I was exhausted. And I got in home time enough that me and my wife went out and got in the pool for a few minutes. Well, as I was walking out the door, one of my labs clipped the back of my leg and got thrown outside the door. So my back was hurting, and my wife asked me if I wanted a tramadol. And I said, no, I'm fixing to do a live stream. I don't want that. She goes, here, we'll take this. And I looked at it. It was a gummy bear.
Uh-oh.
I said, what is this? She goes, it's a gummy bear. Just take it. You'll feel better. I wasn't thinking. I said, what's in this thing? She goes, it's CBD gummy. She takes them for her neuropathy she has in her feet.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sitting here on Monday night. I kid you not. If anybody in here was watching, I was like, I mean, I woke up looking at the screen. I'm like, oh, guys, I'm tired. I got to go home. I got to go to bed. I'll see y'all later. And I shut it down an hour and a half. I was like,
7 more years, and I'll be able to join you on the gummy bear trip.
I hate that I missed that
so
one.
y'all that are in chat, y'all in chat, that's what happened to me Monday night.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch Monday nights now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. I think Mark was there, but I'm not sure. And I couldn't hear him. I couldn't hardly. I was like, man, I can't hear a thing you're saying.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah. Oh, so let's get on
Anyway.
some topics.
Yeah.
But we got all thrown our text message the other day about pro staffs.
Yep.
What's your opinions on it?
Oh, okay.
Hey, we're just gonna jump right in there, right into the meat and potatoes of it.
All right.
All right. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I think personally, I'll probably piss off a whole bunch of people by saying this, but I think pro staff is a joke.
Mhm.
I think it's just a ploy for businesses to make money off of you and get free advertising.
Mhm.
To sum it up.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of the companies are like that.
yeah.
You got ducks, you got ones like that. They just sign up everybody and say, hey, we'll give you 5% off if you tag us in all your pictures.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
5%.
Yeah.
Yes.
5%.
All right. So pro staff is everybody. A lot of people think pro staff is professional. It's not. It's promotional.
Nope. Mm-hmm.
Promotional is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with people pro staffing, but don't try to come off to me as you're a professional.
Yes.
Nope.
You're just promoting somebody's product.
Exactly.
I do Flatwood Lanyards. I'm on his quote unquote pro staff, and it's the only one I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get these for free. I pay for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now he cuts me a little bit of a break every now and then.
Yep.
He'll send me some stuff for me to try out. But other than that, if I want something built, I pay for it, and I have no problem with that. Don't get me wrong; I have no problem whatsoever doing it. But
that's the
these bigger companies, if they really want pro staff, they need to come up with bigger incentives because, a sponsorship or something, especially for YouTube creators. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes in these things.
I had no idea how much work. I had no idea how much work it was until I started doing this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll take the companies that I use every day, the ones that I believe in. I don't mind signing up for that.
Mhm.
If I believe in it, I'll promote it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Dive Bomb doesn't sponsor me. I have no affiliation with Dive Bomb. They take good care of me every now and then.
Mhm.
But I believe in their stuff.
Yeah.
I use it. I've used it. And I don't
Yeah.
mind promoting it.
Yeah.
But like ATC Lanyards, I was their very first pro staff guy. He called me 15 years ago and to see if I was interested in starting his pro staff with him.
Mhm.
But and all that was is, hey, I bought a lanyard from him. When somebody asked what kind of lanyard they should look at, hey, try him.
Yeah.
This is what it is. This is what I like.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. If I believe in it, I don't mind promoting it.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same
It's
way.
like me.
But don't make me spend $100 to get 5% off
Yeah.
just so I can tag you in all my pictures.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't work
that's,
that way.
That's annoying. And that's like me with Contentia Creek. You know, she's a high schooler who makes her own duck calls. And it's like, you know, super small business. And like y'all know, I always preach it every time. Like small businesses, especially made in USA, like I'm 100% for.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you know, I've even told her before, like, you know, the whole word pro staff, like, no. So, like, that's a no-go for me. Like,
No.
I'll just go ahead and, you know, hook you up with, you know, every time I use your call, you know, I'll throw in pictures, like do like the pro staff type things that would happen.
Yeah.
But, you know, so far as taking on that label and saying I'm pro staff for you, like, you know, I don't want that. But I'll definitely promote your stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, she hooks me up with, like, not discounts and stuff, but, you know, she'll send me, like, a random duck call every once in a while. And, you know, I talk to her and she'll share my stuff on her Instagram and vice versa. Do giveaways like, you know, I make my own lanyards, you know, because I'm obviously being in the military, working 553 all the time. So, you know, I'll just send her a lanyard and a duck toast and put around and do a giveaway with it. So it's kind of like a fair handshake. You know, I'll just send her a lanyard and a duck toast.
Somebody's got a little echo.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I had a guy hunt with me 2 seasons ago. And I was talking to him. He goes, I'm pro staffing for Tangle Free and Lucky Duck and Mojo. I'm like, you're pro staff for Lucky Duck and Mojo? I said, isn't that kind of contradicting who you're promoting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they offered it, so I signed up for it. Like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
But a lot of people want that notoriety.
I'll be right back, guys.
No problem.
All right.
A lot of people want that notoriety of saying, hey, I'm pro staff for so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so.
Mm-hmm.
But then they post their pictures up and they might tag one of them. They don't tag any of them.
Yep.
But if I'm using your stuff and I really like it and I believe in your stuff, I'll promote that crap all day.
Yep. And that's like, you know, like you enjoy or, you know, you like the dive bomb stuff. And like, you know, I got looking into that and that sort of thing when I started looking into silhouettes and, you know, getting big into goose hunting and that sort of thing. And, you know, that's when I fumbled across, you know, big owl decoys.
Yep.
And, you know, it was kind of like, you know, the whole thing with being small, staying small,
Yep.
you know, made in the USA, that sort of thing. So that's the reason why I go the big out route. But I will say, and if he watches this live stream, it'll probably make him a little bit upset. But if you hold up both the dive bomb and the big owl next to each other, like the differences in thickness, the big owl is thicker, which could be good for some and bad for others. But the actual coloring and the blackness, you know, sticking out in the dive bomb, like has big owl beat tenfold. So an actual like realistic, you know, a goose coming in and he's like far out, like actually seeing a silhouette. I feel like they will see the dive bomb better than what they would the big owl. So,
yeah, I haven't had my hands on any of the big owls.
Yep.
Goose decoys. Now, when Alex came up and hunted back in December, he brought up big owl mallards and pintails.
Yep.
And those are absolutely amazing.
I can once we just shoot me a text message of your address. I can send you two.
Okay.
I'll send you like a century and a feeder or something like that.
Good.
So that way you can just take a look at it.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah.
I did get in some real geese decoys yesterday.
Yeah.
They sent me 1 or 2 of all their Canada goose decoys.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of their stake system, but their Pro Series 1 and Pro Series 2 decoys are the absolute best silhouettes I have ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, I'll post pictures up on my Instagram later tonight.
Yep.
But it's solid plastic, almost rubbery, with cloth material, painted cloth material in the house, or printed cloth material for the decoy sides.
That's interesting.
And I've got them all set up out here in the backyard, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
But they're $249 a 6 or 12 pack. That's the thing I have on my face.
I ain't got that kind of money.
Yeah,
I'm a baller on a budget over here.
If y'all hear
You're really
feedback,
quiet.
let me know. I'm trying to fix some stuff.
Okay. But I can't imagine. I got a buddy lives all down around Jeff
Y'all hear
City.
me okay?
You're a little quiet,
You're quiet.
but he loves real geese.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what all styles. I think he's running Pro 2s and the Shadow series. But one thing you can do with real geese that you can't do with the Tangle Freeze or the dive bombs, and I'm not sure about the big owls, you can grab that head of that decoy and the tail and come together with it and make a ball out of it and let it go, and it pops right back out to where it was.
Is it corrugated plastic?
Yep, corrugated plastic.
And it bounces back like that?
Yeah, yep.
They're on something there. Because big out, if you bend it, it's probably just like the dive bomb. Turn around and you catch that.
They buckle. Yep.
Yeah.
I've got a couple that are buckled because dogs run into them, or a clumsy buddy. Because when you're setting them decoys, you're here and here and here.
Yeah.
They're hard to see when you're walking around in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah. Step on them, kick them, all
Yep.
that sort of stuff. Yeah. Because I was putting them on my V boards, so I was pretty much taking a 1x1 and splitting it down to half, and then taking the decoy and like stuffing it down in there, and then using a screw to like pinch it closed. And with the thicker plastic that Big Owl has, like that's what it worked out better for me.
Yeah.
But it still keeps that crease in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
now with that, put them on V boards. What kind of wood are you using to float them?
pressure treated.
Huh.
A lot of
That's
people are like, there ain't no way that would afloat. Yes, sir, it will.
Yeah. 1 Million Studios. 1 million, I think that's what it is. He made V boards out of dive bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And he posted lots of pictures of them floating, but I never did ask him how he did it.
Yeah.
And you put those silhouettes on V boards, they look good.
Oh yeah.
They really do.
Yeah. Like I got video of mallards fighting right beside the V boards, out there in the middle of a pond, and actually run into them, and it didn't even phase them. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. Like you would never think. You're like, oh no, you got to have floaters for water, that sort of thing. Nope. No. Are you just running like working out of a kayak? Like there ain't no way I can carry a dozen floater goose decoys out there with me. It's impossible. They're too big.
Now, are you running just a 6 or 8 ounce weight in the middle of it, or what are you running?
So when I was up there in Maryland, I was working with current. So I had to between the current and the wind, I have to have something pretty hefty.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was using, I made like a cement anchor.
Oh yeah.
And it weighed like a pound and a half, and it was enough to like hold it for probably a couple hours, and then you could start seeing it come up out of the mud, and it would start moving on you. But yeah, I mean, if you're like in a pond or something like that where you're not working with current and it's not like super windy, yeah, you could probably get away with like just a couple ounces.
Yeah, I've got some big ones. Like we got two, a 6,000 acre lake and a 7,000 acre lake that we'll hunt every now and then, but we're not out on the main channel, so we're not getting a lot of wind and current moving through. But I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll open up a different thing for you, just because you're able to carry more with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different style of hunting, so it may look different for the geese. If they're used to seeing the floaters out there, seeing silhouettes. I don't know.
Now, are you putting all them facing the same direction, all facing in, or you?
I got on a trip of having them face the same direction. So one of the main stick that sticks out that doesn't move, he would be, the nose would be facing out, and then the other ones would be facing my my gearbox. Okay. So that way, all of them looked like they were traveling the same way. Okay. Now, if I was on the pond, I would do it different. I would, swap them around, that sort of thing, kind of like what you would do in a field.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Matt, do you get very many geese down there? Can you hear us?
He muted himself.
But yeah, I might definitely have to try some of those. What'd you say? Just using a 1x2, split it to set them down in?
I was using, like what the piece of wood that they use for putting on on decks to it's like a square piece of almost like railing.
Yeah.
That's what I was using. I think it's a 1x1. And pretty much I was taking a circular saw, unless you got a table saw, and I was just splitting it right down the middle. But I was only running that line for maybe about 2 feet of it, and that was it. Enough to give you enough to split to be able to stick the decoy down in, and then on that far end, throwing a screw through it to be able to pinch the decoy and make not pop out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think Garrett's watching this. I think he's still at work, but we're gonna definitely have to make some of those.
Yeah. I think I made a video on it. I'm not sure. I have to go back and check my channel, but
I'll have to go back through and see. Yeah. Because we hunt a lot of places, and it's a pain to haul.
Yep.
A dozen and a half floaters.
Yep.
So yeah,
getting V boards, like the guys up there in Maryland, that's what sold me on it. I can't take I can't take any credit for the idea at all, obviously, because it's an old style way of hunting. But Pit Boss Waterfowl. Actually, I'm drinking out of his cup right now. old Jeff Coates up there. He makes tons and tons of V-boards, and so he did a video on it, and that's why I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna try this out. And then once I started hunting in Maryland, everyone did it.
Mm-hmm.
So because they'd go out in boats and they'd set up spreads. I mean, the spreads that they would bring out there, massive. I mean, you're talking like 400 or 500 silhouettes out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Matt.
Yeah, I'm one of them gummy bears again.
Woo! No, for some reason my mic was muted, and when I clicked on, I hit a button, and I just went whoop. I'm gone.
And you're gone. Yeah,
I'm gone.
Mark took care of you.
No, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. You asked me if we get geese. Yeah, we have geese, but right now we have a lot of resident geese, and they're very hard to pattern. Unless you got a private pond that you can get on, to get them, they're coming in. But if you're hunting public, it's pretty tough to pattern them. You just can't do it. At least I can't. I'm just, I don't get into geese like y'all do. So
yeah. Now, do they?
But
being that far south,
by the way, I just want to say something. Smoking Barrels is a good friend of mine. He just started a YouTube channel. Awesome. He's got one 20-second video that is funny as all get out. If nothing else, watch it. You're going to laugh your tail off. So, but he's a really good friend of mine. Lives right up the road from me. As a matter of fact, we're going Saturday to do some stuff Saturday together. So
awesome.
But we just don't. We don't. I mean, if they fly in during early teal season, if they're doing a Passover, yeah, I'll whack at them, but to target them, I don't.
Now, being that far south, do they get out in the crop fields, or do they stay on the farm ponds and eating in the grass?
They'll stay on the farm ponds. They'll stay in city ponds. They'll stay on the golf courses. Occasionally, and I drive all over the state, so occasionally I'll see them in crops, but that's very seldom. And when you do, you see maybe 10 or 12.
Yeah.
You know,
but the only thing,
and then the next day they're not there.
Yeah, the only thing that pushes them into crops up here is the weather. The only thing that pushes them into crops up here is the weather. Being in the South, they don't need the carbohydrates. Smoking, I picked you up too, so
right.
I'm looking forward to that 20-second video that Matt's talking about. I can always use a good laugh.
Got some duck pop.
Oh, listen. Yeah, you watch it. You got to listen to it. You got to listen to it with what the guy said.
Yeah, that's why I was just watching the video. I was like, I gotta listen. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have. Yeah, you might as well just stop and listen to it because.
Yeah, I'll have to. But yeah, when it gets cold up here, it's nice when it gets cold and everything starts icing up. Most of the guys just stay home. But we don't mind that cold. We'll get out there and bust ice or whatever it takes.
Look here, the only ice we get down in South Carolina is what's in my sweet tea.
That's what I figured. Like that little short video I posted on Instagram of that big feed. There was several thousand geese and mallards all mixed in together. We couldn't hunt that field, but we could hunt the field next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd get up and they'd move, or every now and then you get 6 or 8 that would slide off and come over there to us. But we were running like 24 dozen decoys, but you can't compete with a feed like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely crazy seeing that many geese get up all at once and move across that field like that. Definitely need the sound.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You want to hop into pet peeves?
Yeah. Jump into the pet peeves. What you got?
That's what I was looking up. I couldn't remember what the other one was.
Yeah. Yep. What's the biggest pet peeve, Chris?
I would say being on time is my biggest pet peeve. So,
I hate being late.
I've never been late for anything in my life. Never. It's like anxiety. Like I got an alarm clock in my head. If I gotta be up at 5, I'm up at 4.
Yep. And if I'm supposed to be there at 5, I'll be there at 4:35.
Yep.
Usually no later than quarter till.
I'm always 15, 20 minutes early. Yep. Always.
I don't want anybody waiting on me, and I don't like waiting on anybody else.
Yep. And that's even for like setting out the spread too. Like I want to hurry up, get out there, get everything set up not as fast as I can, but as efficient as I can and safe.
Yeah.
But way before shoot light, so that way the woods has time to quiet back down. You get relax for a little bit.
Get out there, get everything set up, and then just kick back in the blind with your coffee, Mountain Dew, whatever it is.
Yep.
And listen to the marsh or everything. Just wake up in the mornings.
Yep. Yeah, it changed your life. Listen to that first bird that starts chirping. Nothing like it.
It's the sights and sounds of us getting out there early in the morning like that. Most people have no idea the stuff we get to see.
It's sad, really.
Yeah. And the colors,
it really is.
Some of the colors of those sunrises. I mean, so bright, so vivid that only the good Lord can make colors like that.
Yeah, and taking a picture half the time doesn't give it justice at all.
No, you got to be there.
Yeah, it don't matter if you got a $10,000 camera and you know how to work, Lightroom and Photoshop and all that sort of stuff. It's just being there and actually experiencing it is like life changing.
Oh yeah. Yep. Matt, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Mine is taking someone duck hunting and letting them duck hunt with me, taking them to the spots, coming back a week later and finding them in my hole that I've taken them to, regardless if it's public land or not.
Or seeing
that
a couple days.
If you can't do the work on your own, if you cannot do the work on your own, you don't need to be out there. No. That's my biggest. I love to go. I'm like you. I love taking people hunting. I love going out, meeting new people, sharing a blind, sharing that morning, sharing a cup of coffee, cooking some biscuits, killing a few ducks, having some laughs. Love doing it. But if I take somebody somewhere and then a week later they're back in my spot that I showed them, hey, last year a good friend of mine told me to follow him through the swamp that he found some ducks. I hunted it the only time I hunted that place, and I knew exactly where he was at. The only times I hunted that place was when he was there. I would not go back.
No, that's respect.
I wouldn't even get in the area.
No. Man, y'all done got both of mine. Be on time. And I don't want to see your pictures hunting my duck hole on Instagram or Facebook a couple days later.
Yep.
And like I said,
if I did that out here, I would get shot. These local boys that showed me some of these holes around here, they would straight up get another murder in Tennessee.
That right there, can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Onyx. I've taken people hunting, and the first thing they do is they hit their Onyx and they're watching their phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll turn around and go back to the landing. Get out. Get out.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you track.
No. Yeah, I throw the phone in the boat. I throw the phone in the water after that.
Yeah.
Don't be barking my pin.
Yeah.
But where's that?
Even goes for fishing too. Fishing, they'll do the same.
Yeah, we mark it.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm taking pictures of your phone. Hang on.
Here. There you go.
Oh yeah.
We color code all of ours. Anymore, we color code everything. If it's red, we found birds. Or if we get a no when we get out, we ask for permission. It's a black dot. And if we kill birds, it's yellow.
Yeah.
So we know just bouncing through there, looking for spots. We know where to try. We know where to go. Yeah, but don't ask me for my pins.
Do you travel much?
Usually just within an hour of home.
Okay.
But this year we got 2 hunts lined up over by Mound City, up by the refuge. So
yeah.
The Harris Outfitters put a post up on Facebook that he had clients move from opening weekend of duck season later in the season, and he put that weekend up at a discounted rate. My buddy signed Garrett and I up. So yes, we're going to go over there. We're going to hunt flooded corn opening weekend.
That should be fun.
He said it loads up with wood ducks, teal, and gadwall for opening weekend.
Yeah. Some people say they don't like eating them gadwall, but I didn't mind it.
I don't notice any difference.
Yeah.
Man, you still have
duck or something like that down there in like Alabama or Louisiana or something like that. Yeah. I don't mind eating them. Everything tastes good wrapped in, bacon and cream cheese and jalapeno.
Yeah. Yeah, Garrett, he's done lots of different recipes. He cooked me up 2 different kinds. One was battered up in hot sauce. And then the other one was bacon wrapped with something else. And they were both amazing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people cook duck too long. It's got to be medium rare or rare.
Yeah.
Anything over
rare,
either more cooked than medium rare, it's gamey and it's horny.
Yeah.
Did you say rare, Matt?
Rare or medium rare?
Yeah. Yep.
What's your favorite way to cook the goose, since you kill so many of them?
Jerky.
Jerky. You do them all up in jerky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerky or like deer sticks.
Have you ever tried putting them in a crock pot?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I made barbecue out of them. That's the way Justin taught me to do it. So you just put some deep broth and just let it cook all day, and it just shreds apart.
My boss made some goose pastrami, and that was really good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, we just bag them all up and take them to the local butcher, and he'll throw some pork in and ground them up with pork and just make sticks out of them.
Man. That's a good idea too. I didn't think of that.
But yeah, we eat on
this next one, I thought about making like burgers out of the stuff.
I think it'd be a little rich for burgers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? No. But yeah, that goose is real greasy and dark red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually planned out like a video just to try it out, even if it tastes like crap. But taking like at least like a whole goose, like two breasts, and, grinding it up into like burger like consistency. But while I'm grinding it, putting like a half a package of bacon in with it.
Yeah.
To maybe give it some more like fat content, and then like doing like it on my pit balls. So just to see what it would taste like. So
you put bacon in it, it's got to make it better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything tastes better with bacon.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to try that pastrami.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I got a butcher around here that I could give it to.
Yeah, he did it all at home. That breast is about that thick.
Yeah.
And it was real. I mean, it was rare in the middle, but out seasoned up really good. I wouldn't mind trying I wouldn't mind trying a deep fried one. But we make a lot of jerky, and duck jerky's 7.5 hours for what I consider good jerky. Not super chewy, but done.
Yeah.
That goose is like 10 to 11 hours. Yeah, because I had them all mixed together, not realizing it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it was not good.
Yeah. Andy was saying he's deep fried a turkey. I mean, deep fried a goose. I deep fried a duck once, and I'll never do that again.
That bad?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I tried it several different ways. I went by poundage. I went by look. I went by temperature inside. I did like 3 or 4 of them, and I would tell you right now, no. I'll breast them out now, and I cook them like a steak.
Yeah.
Now I will slow roast them on the stove like you do a pot roast. I will do that with small ducks like teal and summer ducks, and but I'll stuff them full of a sausage stuffing and make a big thick gravy and put it over rice. And I'll do that. Now that takes like 6 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't pull them out until when I wiggle the leg and the leg falls off, they're done.
Then it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're delicious.
But I haven't found a recipe that I can cook personally that I like.
For ducks or geese?
Either one.
Cook them like when you breast them out, on a big duck, a mallard. A lot of times I'll take them and butterfly them open, right? Okay, so just butterfly it open.
Yeah,
and then I season it front and back with McCormick's Monterey steak seasoning. Throw them on the grill, cook them medium, cook them rare.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And when I know that it's good when my wife goes for a second.
Yeah.
And I know it's really good when my daughter, when she's over and I do them, and she starts hitting people to get back to the plate where they're at. So, it's my grandson will eat anything. He's 2. He'll eat anything.
But yeah, Garrett, I don't know where I guess he just throws stuff together, and he's cooked it in ways that I've really liked.
Yeah.
Then it's like, hey, how'd you cook that? Well, a little of this and a little hot sauce and maybe a little of that. I'm like, that ain't telling me nothing. Oh.
Have you ever tried smoking one?
No,
I have.
You have?
How'd that turn out?
It was okay. It was okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I cook them 2 ways now. I either slow cook them pot roast style, or either I put them on the grill like a steak. And that's, my family likes it that way. I've experimented with, I've made duck fajitas, which is, and you're basically just pan frying it softly, and then, I've done that and that kind of thing. But to me, that's mixing stuff. I'm talking about just cooking the duck.
Yeah.
Is either a steak style or either slow roasted.
Yeah,
like a pot roast.
But cooking it like a fajita style, you're throwing in peppers and all that stuff. So get all that stuff soaked in. It's good.
That's probably the only way I'll be able to get my wife to eat it.
Yeah, actually, not a big fan of duck and goose.
She's just not a fan of anything I kill because she sees it dead and she's like, nope, I'm not eating it.
Yeah, as long as it's cleaned outside, she's okay.
Yeah.
Heck, mine don't even care if we clean them inside anymore. Just sweep the feathers up. Yeah.
What's your pet peeve, Neil?
Be on time and you don't hunt my spot.
Yeah.
And don't tell my dog what to do.
Oh.
I don't think I would ever do that to anybody.
No. Quick story. We were in Texas, just below. We were in the Katy Prairie area of Texas, and we were snow goose hunting. And I had my dog, and the guide pretty much said, "Can you leave your dog in the truck?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Not a problem. This is, not a problem. Even though my dog was well trained, the whole 9 yards, not a problem." Put my dog up. There was one guy in the group who insisted on bringing his dog. Insisted. Got into an argument about his dog was the best thing that ever walked on 4 legs. So the guy he relented. He said, "Okay, fine, but make sure that dog don't run out in the middle of the spread."
Yeah.
So we're hunting this very shallow water, like maybe 6 inches deep, full bodies, silhouettes, rags, huge snow goose spread out in front of us. We're laying up on a dike. And the first wave of geese came in, probably, I'd say several thousand. We shot into it. Birds were falling everywhere. And that dog took off running. He was yelling at the dog. All right, so we got more geese coming in. He's yelling at the dog. He's standing up, and geese are flaring. Finally get him back. The guide says a word to him. So the guy takes the dog and leashes him and ties the leash to his foot.
Oh, I know where this is going.
So the next time the geese came in, the guy sat up to shoot, and right as he went to sit up to shoot, the dog took off. He fell backwards, shooting straight up, and the dog drug him into that pond. I got laughing. I was a teenager. All right. I was a teenager. I was no bigger than a minute. And I was laughing. I was turned over on my belly. I was beating the ground with my fist because I was laughing so hard. Everybody was laughing. I rolled up, looked at that guy who makes you and me look small, and started laughing at him and said, "You're an idiot." And he's soaking wet, got mud everywhere. And he finally snatches. I said, "Man, don't hurt the dog. Dog didn't know any better."
Yeah.
He said, "You're the guy that trained it. You're the one that's supposed to know."
Yeah, it ain't dog fault.
So he now wants to fight me. Now I'm 15, 16 years old. And he's wanting to fight me now. And all the other hunters, there's about 12 of us all total lined up on this bank shooting these geese. They all stood up and said, "Son, just step back for a second. We'll handle this." You've been told.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He went back to his truck, threw his dog in the truck, and off he went.
Yep.
My goodness.
I was listening to one of the podcasts a couple days ago. It was with the Cadillac Creek guys down in Oklahoma and Texas. They said they'll tell them guys, "No, you ain't bringing your dog." Just like that. Them guys are insistent. "Hey, I want to bring my dog. I want to bring my dog." "Well, is he trained?" "Yeah, he's good." "He won't break." "Okay." So they wait till they get everything set up. Everybody's in their blinds. That client's got his dog kenneled up. They said all of a sudden that guy will just stand up and blast off 3 shots up in the air. If the dog breaks, he says, "Well, your dog sucks. Take it back to the truck."
Yep.
Nico breaks every now and then, but that is the scariest thing.
It is.
Especially in the goose field.
Yeah.
See,
And if you have somebody with you that you haven't hunted with before,
Yep.
I'd be so scared of them shooting them.
Like Garrett's been, ever since Garrett started hunting, he's been hunting around my dogs.
Yeah.
He understands that. Most of my guys I hunt with all the time have got dogs that have hunted around the dogs long enough. They understand that.
Yeah.
right.
But the more kids I take every year, them kids don't know.
Yeah.
And in a goose field, them geese are coming in. They're dark colored. Let black dog, chocolate dog run out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you got the excitement going with it and every
adrenaline
going on. Yeah.
Accidents can happen so easy.
Mm-hmm.
And quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. I can't imagine somebody shooting my dog out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You carry a first aid kit with you when you go out there?
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
in case?
We got one in the truck, and I've got some coming from Gun Dog Outdoors.
Yeah.
Their field trauma kit. It's supposed to be everything.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't
Oh,
imagine taking buckshot out of my dog. Mm-mm.
I can't tell you how many times I patched dogs up in the field.
what?
We were duck hunting. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and I had my dog with me. And now she's no field trialer. She occasionally breaks.
Yep.
Her biggest problem is whining. She just, if you walk away from her to go do something, she's getting off the stand and she's coming and I cannot break her of that. I've tried.
She just wants
I tied her up one time on a tree and she about strangled herself.
Mhm.
And I just something that I knew that I had to live with. But there was a friend of mine went hunting with us. He had another dog, and his dog went into the sawgrass to retrieve a duck and cut his paws bad. I mean, they were split open.
And there
And
ain't
all I
nothing-
had was a human. Chris will know this IFAC,
Mhm.
and that's what I had. But I started patching that dog up with an IFAC, gauze and
Yeah.
tape. His paws, no more like that. They were like that big around after I finished with all the gauze around him.
Yeah.
But
There's nothing bleeds worse than a cut pad on a dog.
oh yeah.
Bleeds worse than the ear?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. 'cause
Alex, we're still talking about pet peeves. When I said mine, I said, don't shoot my dog and don't talk bad about my dog.
Get in the fight quick.
Only I can talk bad about my dog.
Right.
I can call him all kinds of names, but no. Don't you call him
But
names.
don't you do it.
Oh, yeah.
What about another one of mine is overcalling.
Yes.
It's
You know-
kind of annoying. after a while?
We went up. We had a weekend hunt up at Mound City 3 years ago. It was the week after Thanksgiving, which is usually up here is a perfect time to go. It's cold. You start to break a little bit of ice, get lots of birds. Squaw Creek was setting on probably 100,000 ducks, maybe a little bit more. But it was in the 70s. It had been in the 70s for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 weeks before we got up there. So the birds were stale. And the guy we were hunting with said, hey, they're call shy. He said, don't call. Maybe a quack every now and then, but don't call. We're like, okay, cool, we can handle that. We got up there and had 2 mallards. We saw them coming. And a buddy of mine that drove the truck up there, he's down at the end of the blind, and he just starts hailing on them.
Mm-hmm.
They lit 150 yards away. But yeah, they get call shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like hearing myself call. I like calling.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, just a single quack. Now,
Yep.
when Alex came up back in December, he was making a sound I had never heard. And you Southern boys, them gadwall calls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That little gadwall growl or whatever that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I never heard it until he started doing it. Like, man, it's something we don't hear. Nobody else up here does. So it probably would have worked if we'd had ducks when he was up here.
Yeah.
But after the season was over, Garrett and I were out at our lake here, and we had a bunch of gadwalls in with the geese. And we were hearing them do it. And that was the first time I'd ever heard a gadwall make a noise.
Yeah.
And it was cool.
Oh, yeah. Mm-mm.
But yeah, it is so easy to overcall.
Yeah.
And I got guys in the goose field, guys that can straight up run a goose call.
Oh, yeah. There's old duck command. Gadwall. Mm-hmm.
That's one.
Yeah, because they got 2 separate ones, I think.
Yeah, that's the other.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can do it. You can do it with a mallard call. It's been a while, so let me see. Here's the duck commander.
Yep.
And it's been a while since I've done it with a mallard call, so guys, don't jump on me too bad. No, it ain't coming out right. It ain't doing it. I can't get it to do right, but
Just that
you can do it with a mallard call
Yeah. But when you go back to that overcalling, go to a different call.
Yeah.
Like that, you go to that, especially when birds are starting to get pressured,
Mm-hmm.
go to that gadwall call or just a drake whistle.
Or Drake whistle. That's what I
Yeah.
do every time. Even sometimes in the early season, I'll even do that too.
I
Because
don't
know everyone else is doing a
Yeah.
regular old mallard call.
I don't run a whistle on my lanyard, but I've got a couple in my blind bag.
Yeah.
Just when things get stale, it's just something different.
Yeah.
How many calls you got on that thing?
on this one,
Yeah.
let's see here. 2, 4, 6, 7.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year I'm gonna make it a thing. I'm only gonna carry one mallard, regular mallard call,
Mm-hmm.
a drake whistle, and a goose call, and that's it.
Dude,
Just to
If-
force
if I
myself
carry-
to not use a whole bunch of other stuff.
if I didn't have this with me, I wouldn't. I'm not duck hunting. I'm just not duck hunting.
Have you ever showed up to the boat ramp without your lanyard?
Never.
No.
Now I will say this: I showed up to the boat ramp without my waders, and I actually showed up to the boat ramp one time without my gun. And I had the boat in the water, and went to go put the gun. Where's my gun? I called my wife. I said, "Go in looking." And I thought I might have left it on the toolbox or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "No, it's sitting right here." I said, "I'll be there in 15 minutes." I'm a 30-minute drive. I said, "I'll be there in 15 minutes."
Yep, hauling.
Yeah, all I'm running is 2 duck calls and goose calls usually over here, but
Yeah.
Garrett's making me practice downstairs with it.
Well, the thing is, You know, I've been asked this question 1,000 times. You know, why do you have so many duck calls? And the answer is very, very simple. These are my two go-to calls. Both of them are cut downs. They're slightly different pitched. Even though they're cut downs, they're slightly different pitched. Sometimes ducks just want something different. This one is a double reed R&T micro. And it's very high pitched. Again, just in case. Well, if I got teal, there's my hen teal. There's my pintail widgeon teal whistle. Plus, I can do a mallard drake with that, you know, without a problem.
The sounds you can make on that whistle, you know, teal, mallard, pintail, widgeon.
If I'm hunting with somebody that can't blow a duck call, I reach in my bag and pull my spare one out and hand it to them and say, "Here."
All you do is just hum and blow. That's it.
I used to hand them that mallard shaker.
Horse cock.
One of those, like, here, just play with this. Just shake
the
it.
horse cock. I got a summer duck call and a gadwall call, and I'm running multi-species decoys. If you go anywhere, you go to a city park where there's a lot of ducks at, different species of ducks, they're all chattering. They're all doing their own thing. And I have sat there and called on one and then dropped it and went to another one and then picked up another one and called on it just to give that illusion. It works. It works. You know,
I've done it too with the Drake whistling and hitting the regular mallard call and bouncing it back and forth.
Yeah, I've done that. Sat there just like this, bouncing it back.
Too easy.
So
especially if you do some people call it different things. I call it a chop call. You know, well, there's I've been doing some reading on this and a lot of reading on it, and it's especially late in the season. You know, the hens are looking for a mate, and if you do a chop call, it closely resembles a call that they will make looking for a drake. So I will hit that call and then hit the mallard drake call right after it, and just get kind of quiet there for a second. And I've watched them do backflips getting in the decoys.
That's cool.
So it's kind of you know, but I got a little kids book over here. You know, why do ducks do what they do? You know, and I was reading it one day. I was sitting here reading it one day, and I'm like, wait a minute. You know, that's kind of like a doe bleat or a you know, a buck grunt. You know, it's just they're looking. You know, that's when they're looking. And the way the guy was explaining it, it was kind of like I'm looking for company. You know,
that's cool.
Looking for a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So you said a minute ago about your mixed spread. What all are you running a spread? A mixed spread. What are you running all in it? What are you running in your spread?
Mallards, black ducks, gadwall, wood ducks, teal, widgeon, pintails. You know, now right now, I sold just about every decoy I had. I'm down to a dozen mallards, half a dozen blacks. And some wood ducks. That's all I got. I still have my teal spread that I use when I'm teal hunting. I still have that, but everything else I pretty much sold. Matter of fact, last spring, to the one guy who's not here tonight.
What are you switching over to now? Are you gonna refill it back up, or
I'm gonna refill it back up, and I'm going to lifetime decoys.
I figured that's what you're going to.
Yeah. I'm sold on them. I'm 100%. Now my diver spread is still plastic G&H. I do have some corks. I got about 2 dozen corks behind me over here. most of them, there's some that are store bought, that you order like from Cabela's or LL Bean, but a majority of them are stuff that I've carved out myself.
Those G&H decoys haven't changed in 30 years.
No,
maybe longer than that.
Yeah,
but they still kill ducks.
I was talking to somebody a while back, and I won't mention his name or channel. It's Joel Strickland from Surviving Duck Season. I'm just not going to mention his name. He's got way too many supporters, and I don't have enough. But I was talking with him, chatting with him, and I said, sometimes I wonder if we give ducks too much credit. How many ducks have I killed over a black painted milk jug?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I've done it. I've got it on video.
Yeah. How many ducks have we killed doing that? And I want the best decoy that I can get. And I know that lifetimes are expensive, but they got a good color scheme to them. And you can't tear them up.
No.
I mean, unless you take them to a bandsaw, you're not gonna tear them up. Throw them in a wood chipper, I guess.
But they're so light.
Yeah, they're light.
They move well in the water.
And move a lot of good movement with them. I'm sold on them.
Before season starts, I will definitely have some.
Yeah.
For those the walk-in areas Garrett and I hunt all the time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The only thing that I will tell you is they come with these weights that you have to put in. There's a little set screw. You put the weight in, you put a little screw in, you tighten it down. Don't hunt without them unless you plan on setting that decoy down on the water.
Okay.
That's why
if you throw them without the weights and they land upside down, they're not going to ride up.
Yeah.
And I have had them a couple of times, even with the weights, not ride up. So I've had to either wade out or paddle out and flip them over. But
I remember back when I first started hunting, all the decoys we had water keels on them.
Yeah.
That you had to set out there.
Yeah.
Or just like that. If you tossed them and they weren't flipping over, they didn't have any weight to them.
Oh yeah. I remember water keel days. I think I still got a few left in my shed that kind of like I'll never get rid of kind of things.
I've still got a couple dozen of them old flambeaux from the 80s, 90s, whenever they were. If we're running big water spreads or a permanent spread, leaving it out, we'll just run those. Yeah. They've been killing ducks over those decoys a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Chris, what are you running?
I run green head gear. So just because they're cheap. I'm a baller on a budget, so
that's cool.
All right. This is a carry light out of Milwaukee. It's foam. It's beat all the heckin' back. It's got a metal chain for the weight, for the line. The weight's long gone. I don't know where the weight went.
Jeez.
I can't tell you how many ducks I've killed off of this nasty thing.
Probably looking just like that too.
Looking just like this.
But we like you said, we do give ducks way too much credit.
Yeah.
If they get close enough, if they're coming in, they're getting close enough to pick a decoy apart, they should be floating feet up anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I think the biggest mistake people make, I think you can hunt over any decoy. I really do believe that. Any decoy you put out there, as long as you can get some motion in the water, whether it be a jerk rig or what have you. I think our biggest mistake most hunters make is too much movement.
Yes.
They move too much.
Yep.
you know, I do everything I can to camouflage up, you know, from a boat blind to standing behind a tree to building a makeshift blind to putting face paint on. But I still believe if I had the ducks, I'd do a video on it, but I just don't have the ducks. Get into a spread, sit on the edge in an orange jumpsuit, and just sit there and don't move until it's time to shoot.
Yep.
And you'll kill ducks.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that because it's all about movement.
Yeah. That's why we can do 99% of our hunting out of panel blinds.
Yeah.
You know, I got a little ADD. I can't sit still. But, you know,
really?
You run them up. Yeah. And you run that grass 2 foot above the top of it, so it's almost touching.
Yeah.
Or we run those flip tops that are completely covering the top of you. Yeah. I can't sit still. I got to have something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can sit still, you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look what those old timers used to wear.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
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 Red plaid.
Yeah. But it's all about movement.
Yep.
Some things will pick up any movement, the slightest movement.
Just, you know, I tell new hunters, and I try to tell everybody. I said it's kind of like turkey hunting. If you've ever turkey hunted, you know you can't move. You got to understand that you cannot move. It's the same thing. Ducks are a prey. They're not predators. That's why they got their eyes on the side.
Yep.
You know. You know.
And looking up.
Yeah.
Guys that like to watch them come in. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, pie facing it, they'll pick up that shine of that face a long ways away.
Yeah.
I wear face paint.
Yep.
Got to, especially when you're filming with a GoPro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even in my song, you know, even in my song, my name is Daddy Duck, and I paint my face black. You know.
Yeah, it's taken a while to get used to running the camera on top of my head.
Yeah.
I'll try, especially when we hunt out a layout blind. That's the hardest part. I don't know how many times I've knocked my hat off, you know. Yep. But hunting out of panel blinds, I've got to get a bigger camera to set up on the front, pointing out.
Yeah.
You can get those birds coming in
Mm-hmm.
instead of just grass over my face and me jumping through it.
Yeah, give you a different angle.
Yeah.
You know, what you need is a dedicated cameraman.
Hey, I was going to bring that up here in a little bit.
A dedicated. Yeah, there's only one person in here I know who has a dedicated camera person.
Who's that?
That's Alex.
Yeah, that's true. He wouldn't bring her up here.
Really?
No. But I had a buddy of mine used to film for Red Leaf Outdoors, a deer and turkey hunting crew. And his son, I think he's 16, 17 years old, has been filming for his dad's turkey hunts and deer hunts. He messaged me the other day. He goes, "Hey, can I film for you?" He said, I've got Dad's good Canon, and I've got 2 or 3 Bresser action cams. His dad's a Bresser guy. The action cams are about the same as a Hero 4.
Right.
Well, I said, sure. I said, what's it going to cost me? He said, nothing. I just want to follow you all around.
Wow.
It sure can't hurt.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, self-filming is hard. It's hard. And like you said, there's a lot of work involved in this that a lot of people don't realize. Having somebody there as a cameraman, even to switch out, you know, even if you can just switch people out, you know, is a huge, I mean, you know, Elliot from
freelance
stuff. You know, they switch out all the time, and but they got the ducks to do that too.
Yes.
You know,
I
mean, they really do. They got the ducks to do it.
Yep.
And you know, I don't. I mean, I have 10, 15 minutes. If I don't get it, it don't get done.
Yeah, we have an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most.
Yeah.
And usually it's too dark for GoPros anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
But when Alex came up, he was doing all of his own filming. He ran a GoPro, but he had his big DSLR camera, set up tripod, and he's pretty good at handling both. He knows how to run a camera.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen his videos. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I am going to pick on him because he does have a dedicated camera person.
I know.
A lot of the time. You know.
Alex, you still hanging around? I've seen you for a little bit.
Hey guys, not to stop the flow here, but I gotta get going. I gotta go take care of the baby.
All right, buddy.
So, but yeah, I'll see y'all next week, and we'll
who's got Chris? You want to take care of this next week?
Yeah, I can take it next week.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
I would say, you know, Jay's not here, so
yeah.
Just elect him.
Huh?
Just elect him.
You have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll land on my channel next week.
Tag, you're it.
Sounds good, Chris, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Hey, I appreciate it, and y'all have fun.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Take care of yourself, brother.
Oh man, this is quite the crew.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a little different having a dedicated cameraman follow us around.
Oh, that would be kind of cool too. Yeah. I mean, seriously, because you miss so much funny stuff that goes on.
Yep.
You know, behind the scenes stuff, and
you
know,
I'm setting decoys. Garrett's grassing the blind. I don't see him trip and fall. He doesn't see me trip and fall.
Right. Yeah, like there's 3 or 4 of us that's going Saturday to go in the swamp, and like my last video that I put out this morning, you know, I scout all year round, not necessarily looking for ducks, but I'm looking for other things. And we're going out again this Saturday, and one of the guys going with me was duck hunting with me last year, and I kid you not, I had just turned I had my GoPro on my hat, and I had other GoPros set around, but not focused where he was at the time. And I just took that GoPro off. I was changing the battery out, and he went to walk out to fix a decoy, and he hit a stump. And I mean, down he went. And I'm like, oh, can you do it again? Can you back up and do it again? Let me get it.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, it's gonna be different. I'm hoping it'll add to the channel quite a bit.
It'll add to the nuance of what really goes on. I mean,
yeah, because all the background stuff, you can't cover it when you're doing it yourself.
No,
because you have your job, your buddy has his job, and
right,
yeah,
and you just I was turkey hunting with Cody from After 5 Outdoors, with Jay, myself. And I mean, there was so much that went on that we couldn't even catch. Yeah. There's 3 of us there with cameras, and we couldn't catch it because we were doing our jobs, doing what we needed to do. And, so, yeah, Smoking Barrel says that'll spoil you.
It will.
It will.
Then he'll start chasing girls, and he'll forget about hunting for a while.
Oh, how old is he?
I think that kid's 16.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But hey, if he wants to do it, I'll let him do it for as long as he wants to.
Yeah, Yeah. If you can get a kid that's that interested in it at that young of an age, yeah, he'll be the next Freddie King.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And yeah.
And I've seen his stuff on Instagram. He's a heck of a hunter too.
What's his Instagram?
AJ. All right. Hang on. I got too much stuff popping up all of a sudden. AJ Dean 2023.
2 what?
2023.
All right.
Austin Dean.
Got it.
Yeah, him and I talked quite a bit last year during goose season. They were killing a lot of geese.
Yeah.
And I think he runs the Missouri Limits Instagram page also.
Okay.
But yeah, we're looking forward to the season. I know that. Garrett and I got all of our decoys out the other night and spread them out all over the backyard to see how many we had.
I saw, was that the picture you did?
Yeah. Yeah. We never had a full count of what we had.
Right.
We knew we had 20 plus. But man, we started piling them out. I got rid of 10 dozen and got 5 dozen more. But man, we still had 27 dozen. Like
of goose decoys.
We had way more than I thought we did. And I know my neighbors think I'm crazy.
Oh, you should have seen me when I pulled up to Jay's house, and I had 8 dozen decoys in the back. I drove from South Carolina to Kentucky with 8 dozen decoys in the back of my truck, layout blinds, full body goose stuff. I mean, just all kind of a little like the Beverly Duck Billies, you know, going down the road. I had one guy, I stopped for gas. One guy came up and says, "Son, you do know duck season is not in right now." Really? Thought you, this is Tennessee. I thought you could shoot shit all year round.
You can. Just don't get caught. Oh man.
I said, yes, sir. I said, yes, sir, I know, but we got a little private place. We're going to go put our decoys out tonight and leave them out there.
But yeah, we're sitting on what? 2.5 months till season starts.
Yeah. Looks like I'll be hitting Kentucky in September.
Good. Teal hunting, or what are you heading?
They had the early teal season / summer duck season.
Nice.
And the goose season will be in, and dove season will be in.
Nice.
And then, of course, they got some ponds that we can go fish at. So, I was trying to get that lease up in North Carolina.
How'd that go?
It fell through.
Oh.
The guy that was asking, he only wanted 6 members, and he had 6 members when I got the text.
Oh, okay.
So by the time I saw the text, I went, yes, and he had already gotten 6.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I'll let you know if somebody backs out. I said, oh, yeah, whatever. You know, and then me and Smoking Barrels was trying to get a place, about 80 acres, kind of a combination ducks, deer, turkey thing, and it fell through.
Dang.
Yeah, we were about a day late and $1 short.
That's the way it always seems.
So I sat down last night and I said, talking to my wife, and I said, I know you want to go to a Broadway musical in Charlotte, North Carolina in September. What day is that? And she said, well, it's not this year, it's next year. I said, okay, good, because I'm going to Kentucky. I'm leaving on the 17th. I'll be home on the 23rd.
There you go.
So,
oh yeah. Yeah, I used to be involved in a couple of leases. I wish I could get back in on some. We had probably a 30-acre irrigation lake, about 30 miles east of here.
Yeah.
It didn't hold a lot of ducks, but a lot of ducks flew through.
Right.
Surrounded by corn, but teal ate it up.
Yeah.
One corner of it was lily pads.
Ooh.
Early teal season, then blue wings. would swing through there, land in those lily pads, and then swim out towards the decoys or wherever we were at. But yeah, blue wings ate that place up. We did good with blue wings, did good with geese.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what happened to it.
Yeah, I had a little place about 30 minutes or so, maybe give or take, depending on how fast you drove that morning. And it was a walk-in place. There was no place to put a boat. It was big enough that you could run a boat, but there was no place to put a boat in at. Even trying to back it down with 4-wheel drive, you're gonna bog down. It's just too bad. You know, you'd need a tractor and then a tractor to pull that one out.
Yeah.
You literally, when you parked, you had to park about 200 yards away or you'd sink.
Yeah.
You know, and there was one little path you could walk and without gumbo mud. And then we just got on the edge. And but Lord of mercy, the summer ducks, the mallards, the teal that would come in there was out just crazy. It was funny because you wouldn't think the ducks would come in there, but they were in there. And the only stipulation was we had to hunt it when the deer season ended.
Yeah.
So our deer season ended January 1. The following weekend is usually a youth season, youth days. So you had to wait for that weekend to end. So then you only had two and a half weeks to duck hunt it. And, you know, and I mean, we were hit. I mean, when that youth season ended, we were there. I mean,
it was go time. Yeah.
It's go time, you know.
It's like a lot of our public area, my walking areas that I hunt all the time. It's all Missouri's deer season lasts for, it seems like months.
Yeah.
Firearm season is 2 weeks. Then there'll be like a week-long doe season. And then like a week or two of black powder season. Then another doe season. Like, man.
Oh, I'm going to hurt your feelings.
What's that?
Deer season here, depending on what part of the state you're in, can start August 15th. And it ends January 1.
Jeez. Now, I'm one of them crazy folks that'll still go hunting on public ground duck hunting.
Oh, I do it all, yeah.
I put my orange vest on. I tie an orange vest to Nico or whatever dog we're running, and we walk our happy behinds back there.
Yeah.
Because during Missouri's rifle season, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, most of them guys get up and start walking. And they'll kick up ducks off the creek or whatever puddles back in the woods.
Oh,
I had 2 guys walking last year. Oh, they walked up behind me, about 60 yards behind me. They started walking across the end of this duck slough. They were 90 yards away, maybe 100 yards away. When they got to the tree line, they jumped a wood duck up. Big old Drake wood duck. This is a late season wood duck. This was in December.
right.
Way late. That thing came right in, and I shot that sucker at about 10 yards. They guys had no idea I was back there.
Yeah.
They jumped and went to squalling.
We have 3 types of public land in South Carolina. You have, well, let me take that back. 4. All right, so you have WMA. All right, so WMA on certain WMAs they're open. They're open. Some are open 5 days, 6 days. Some are only open 2 days a week. Then you in the WMA system, then you have a category 1 and a category 2. So the category 1 is like a draw hunt. The category 2 is that WMA where you can hunt up to 6 days a week, or certain ones are 2 days a week. And then you have the completely open water. It's completely open, and your category 2 are also open. so fishermen can come in there. So you've got a slough, and Smoking Barrels will understand this. You got a slough called Billup Slough. I'll tell it, y'all all go there. Every last one of you, go to Billup Slough. Go. I'm selling all my duck trees for $1. Just go to Billup Slough. It's crazy. You'll have a duck hunter every 50 yards.
Oh my.
And then so you have all these spreads, with 24 decoys on each one.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody blowing a highball. And then you have bass fishermen fishing on the outside of the decoys.
Jeez.
Yeah. Then you have the completely open water areas that are open 7 days. I mean, they're open 7 days, and you can fish in those too. So the only designated, it says designated waterfowl only are category 1s and some of the category 2s that are only open 1 or 2 days a week.
Huh.
So we have a walk-in place, and Andy knows this one too. It's strictly walk-in. It's only about 300 or 400 acres. It's green tree. And you'll have 50, 60 people in that thing.
Jeez.
It never fails. Every year somebody gets shot.
Oh, I bet.
I can sit on the outside of it, on a completely open water 7 days a week, inside of it. You'll hear the helos coming in.
Jeez.
Combat medics.
Yeah.
Zip lining into the trees to get a gunshot victim out. I mean, it's
like that big lake we got here in town. You draw in September for 28, 30 blinds. I don't know how many there is. But the north end of that lake is divided by a bridge. A highway goes across the north end of it. The north arm of it is public hunting. Anybody can hunt up there. It's walk in or boat in.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. You'll set up here on this point, and you may have a guy on the point, on the backside of the point facing the other way. You may have a guy 100 yards down from you. Hell, you may have a guy 60 yards across the channel from you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But what's worse, I was sitting there one morning, and it was 2 minutes before shooting time. And here comes a guy in his kayak, paddled his kayak right through my freaking decoys to go set up right across the channel from me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, come on.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's probably a mile and a half stretch of lake, maybe 2 miles of lake up that arm that anybody can hunt. And they all come, within a quarter-mile circle.
Yeah.
There'll be 6 or 8 groups.
Yeah. It's just like that slough I was telling you about. And listen, back in the day, I'm telling you, I've killed a bunch of ducks out of there. And I still hunt there on occasion when I get there and go, oh, I don't see any lights.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. And you can find some places in there. But it is, you could pass a cup of coffee without spilling it. It's it's crazy.
Yeah. No.
And people ask me, they say, well, why do you always go in the swamp? There's not many ducks up there because no one else is there.
Exactly.
I can get up there. Yes, there are other people, and I can hear the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people try to come in on you, and you're like, whoa, I'm at the end. You can't go no further. Go on up.
Yep.
Man, I looked at this spot the other day. Nope, go on up. And that's another, it sounds like a war zone. Oh, son. Opening day.
Oh, I can't even imagine that. But a lot of my walking areas up here are a mile back in the woods. and it's all walking only. Most people won't walk that far for a duck.
Right.
Hauling gear.
Yeah.
Now, 2 years ago, we had a crap load of ducks. The pools, it's a mile back in the woods. It's over an hour walk hauling gear. I went out there the night before the opener, and there was 1,500 plus ducks. Mallards, pintails, widgeon, teal. And I caught 2 guys walking out as I was walking in. And I said, looking good back there, don't it? Because I know the smart meat was growing good the week before when I was out there.
Right.
They said, oh yeah, it is stacked. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I walked back there and it was loaded up. And I was like, this ain't good. Because these guys came in from 45 minutes away to scout that place. And that's probably one of my first hunting videos I put out. I got out there at 12:45 in the morning and sat out there all morning so I could make sure I got that spot.
Wow.
They showed up at 3:30 trying to beat me.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you stories of now when I was younger. This is all when I was younger. Getting there at 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Getting there, getting the decoys set out. Let me go ahead and set them out.
Yep.
Hang lanterns in the trees. I mean, the whole place. I mean, we'd have 15, 20 lanterns, and we just hang them in the trees and let them burn all night. Kerosene lanterns. We couldn't afford batteries. We could afford kerosene back then.
Yeah, that morning I got out there before 1 o'clock. I made 2 trips. I hauled panel blinds back there, hauled my decoys back there, sat back there on the levee for a little while, walked back and slept in my blazer for an hour or so, walked back there, piled the decoys up at the head of my sled, piled my waders on top of it, slept.
Yep.
But to get on ducks, sometimes you just got to work for it.
Yeah.
And you got to outwork the other guy.
You got to. Yeah. You're talking about pet peeves, and I wish Chris was still here to keep talking about it. And you talk about, I talked about earlier about somebody taking your spot.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of my pets is the day before duck season, the day before opening day.
Mm-hmm.
My phone will blow up.
Yep.
My phone will blow up. You find any ducks yet? Yeah.
Yep.
I tell them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't lie.
Yeah. Yep. I've got them. Can I go with you in the morning? Nope. Where were you in the summertime?
Exactly.
When I was scouting in the spring and summer. And where were you at when I was repainting my boat? Where were you at when I was fixing up decoys? Where were you at during this and this and this?
Yep.
It's one thing if you have a friend who comes from out of state, to come visit you. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But to have quote unquote friends who live 30 minutes from you or less, and they won't call you until the day before duck season to see if they can go.
Or once you start posting pictures or video.
Oh my God. Oh.
Hey, you had a really good week.
Can
I go?
I mean, we shot a limit of summer ducks one morning, and the next day, a couple days later when I posted it, I had people calling me going, "Hey, can I go with you?"
Yeah.
Why wasn't I invited?
Yeah.
And another thing, if you go with somebody, let's say, for example, I come out to Missouri and I hunt with you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got it. You're my host. You're gonna take care of me.
Yep.
But I'm also gonna offer to pay gas. I'm also gonna offer to buy breakfast. I'm going to offer to cook breakfast. I'm going to offer to do things to help you work, get work done, get this stuff. I've had guys think I'm a guide. You know, well, I'm just going to sit right here until you get everything done. I don't know what you want done, so I'm just going to sit right here.
Here's what I want done.
Yeah. Take that sack of decoys and go put them over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But you come up here to hunt with me. You just bring that biscuit cooker of yours. Yep. Where are the ducks? I wish I knew.
Right here, buddy.
Right there.
Right here. Yeah. Ask Andy about it. I met Andy. Andy was was a supporter, and I didn't know him from Adam's House Cat. And he somehow, I can't remember, he texted me or something, and we got into a conversation. And then one day, I texted him back and said, "Hey, by chance, are you going to be in the swamp?" He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "All right, well, I'm going to be there. Where are you at? And I'll come after I finish my hunt. After you're finished your hunt, we'll meet up." And he said, "Well, I got a little campsite on the riverbank, da-da-da-da-da." I said, "Okay." So I called him after my hunt, and I said, "Y'all done?" He goes, yeah, we're at the campsite." I said, "All right, I'll be there in a few minutes." And I knew which campsite he was at. And I broke out that biscuit maker. And at first, it was him and two other guys with him. And it was me and two other guys with me. And I broke out the pan to cook sausage, and I broke out that biscuit maker. And at first, Andy didn't want to have a biscuit. He, we were getting to know each other.
Yeah.
The other boys jumped on them biscuits. And finally, Andy jumped on them biscuits and said, "Oh, you got any more? You got any more? Can you make some more?" Andy knows.
He knows. What's up,
Freezer Pound Outdoors? How's it going, buddy?
All my walk-in places, I never carried him. Yeah, he's getting ready. He's going to eat, and he's going to go around a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, all my walk-in places, I never carried a grill or anything. Well, when I started hunting with a buddy of mine, that's been 5 or 6 years ago, over west of here a ways, they had a 12-foot wooden duck blind. There was their permanent spot every year on a big lake. And they sent out probably 600 decoys in front of this thing. Permanent spread. And they had a freaking grill that was this long, probably a 4-foot grill. Hey, Mark's still hanging around.
Yeah, Mark's still here.
Man, it's too late to be heading into work. But them guys, the first time I ever hunted with them, I was freaked out, and I probably couldn't hit a duck. But anyway, guy was hungover, never knew these guys for nothing. He walks to the far side of the blind, flops down on the bench, and goes to sleep. Cool, no big deal. Then I look over there, and his leg is 4 feet away from me, just sitting there, just a leg. He popped that sucker off and went to sleep. Yeah, once he got about an hour's nap, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, he rolled over and fired up that grill, and they had bacon and eggs and hash browns and sausage.
Mm-hmm.
And it never fails, when the bacon starts cooking, the ducks start flying.
Yep. Yep. I can't tell you how many times I've been cooking and crap.
We did opening day of early season last year. I took Dad out. Garrett and I took Dad. My dad went with me. And it was raining all morning, and it got rain spots on the GoPro, so I didn't get crap for video. But Garrett was on the far end of the blind. Got one panel blind set in front, and we just left one covered up the end a little bit. He's got my grill going, cooking bacon, made some good sandwiches. And all of a sudden he starts squalling. Somehow the line that screws in to the cooker itself had come loose, and it caught fire. That thing was shooting fire up 2 foot right up the side of my panel blind. He's like, "What do I do?" I went over and I just threw that panel blind out in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Anything but burn that. Anything.
And don't burn. Yeah. You can get 3rd-degree burns, but don't burn my panel blind.
We got that fire put out, got everything put back together, started cooking again. And just he dropped in a pound of bacon Big old group, probably 25 honkers come in. We killed 6, I think, out of that one group. So we shoot into them. All of us walk out of the blind. Nico's running, bringing them back to us. We're picking them up. About 10 minutes later, we're out there goofing around. Go, Garrett, you still cooking? He goes,
Oh,
I bet that bacon's burnt.
yeah.
It never fails. When you start cooking, the birds start flying.
Oh, we were down in Arkansas, down in the Biomeda, and I had taken my boat and my decoys and had my biscuit cooker and whatnot, and I walked back to the boat. I said, I think you got to be out of the Biomeda by 11 or something like that, and we had already had a limit of ducks. I mean, we had already shot our limit. I said, y'all want to eat out here, or do you want to eat at the truck, or you just don't want to eat and we'll just go back to, stop in town and get something to eat? What do y'all want to do? Well, let's eat out here because we got 2 more hours, We'll just sit here and hold the hole, Okay. So I went back to the boat and I broke everything out and I cooked up biscuits and sausage and eggs, and one of the other guys came over with me, and we had this big log right where we were hunting at. We had all the ducks stacked up on it, and we thought it'd be a cool picture to be sitting there with, a 5-man limit of mallards eating breakfast in the Biomeda.
Yeah.
So we're both walking around with these plates of food trying to get back to the place. And again, this is pre video before I did videos, because it'd have been one hell of one. But the boy that was with me hit a snag or something.
Oh no.
And he goes forward throwing stuff up, and out of reaction I reached for him. So all the food that I had went down. I guess we're going back to the hill, boys.
Yep. After I got a good grill from a Delta raffle a couple years ago, we don't go anywhere. Even that mile walk back into that duck slough, we still take our cooker with us.
Yep. I take mine there.
Yeah.
I mean, the only time I take mine out is when the duck season's over with. I clean everything up and I keep it in the house.
Yep. Yeah, we take bacon and eggs everywhere anymore.
Yeah. You just never know.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some cooking. We're gonna be doing some cooking Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Andy, remember that. Bring your grill. Just remember right now, I'm telling you, bring your grill. Now, I found I'm not going to say it's a recipe because I don't consider this a recipe, but I saw something the other day and I'm going to have to try it.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy took a half a pound of hamburger meat.
Mm-hmm.
He flattened it out. Just smushed it down to very, very thin. He had some chopped onion, finely chopped onion. He sprinkles the onion onto the hamburger. This huge hamburger patty. Okay, this hamburger patty about that big around. Then he takes a hot dog. Then he takes cheddar cheese, lays the cheddar cheese down on top, takes a hot dog, and then rolls the hamburger over the cheese and the hot dog. Then he wraps it in bacon. So he's got 1 slice, 2 slices, however long this thing is. It looks like a big turd. Looks like a bacon turd.
I bet.
Then he gets his grill going and he pushes all the coals to one side, indirect heat, and puts it on the grill, closes it up.
Oh my.
And when the bacon's done, everything's done. Because the hamburger's so thin, and hot dogs don't take nothing to cook.
No.
So you get an onion and cheese and hot dog, and you just put it on a bun. Squirt or two of mustard or something.
Did you see that?
I'm looking at that going, yeah, I got to try that.
Did you see that video the other day of that hash brown omelet?
From the barbecue pit boys?
I don't know who it was, but I shared it on Facebook. They took shredded hash browns, real thin, dumped eggs in all, like scrambled eggs over in them.
Yep.
Browned that up, and then ham and bacon, whatever else they put inside it.
And then flipped it over.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was good.
I was like, yeah.
I told Garrett he needs to cook that this year.
Are you going to be on for a few more minutes?
Yeah, I can.
Because we've been here for 2 hours. I just wanted to know.
I can be out here as long as we need to. Garrett just got home, so. But
let me go refill my tea real quick.
All right, sounds good.
Take me a second.
Yep. Mark, are you a big duck hunter? I didn't know if you were or not. You start hanging around here listening to all of us, you might learn the wrong way to do all this. I don't know. No, it's a lot of fun, guys. It's unlike anything you've done before if you've deer hunted or anything else. You can talk, you can laugh. I got buddies that listen to stupid music sometimes if they're bored. Cook breakfast, cook lunch, whatever you're out there. It makes it easy. The camaraderie in the blind is unlike anything else. You got your buddies out there talking, goofing around. What's said in the blind stays in the blind. Takes a little while for the kids to figure that part out.
Oh, I'm better now.
Oh, better now? You got more sweet tea? I can't drink sweet tea.
I'm sorry.
It's a southern thing, I know.
Oh, it is.
My wife and kids think I'm crazy because I can't drink sweet tea.
I don't know how it is now. I haven't been west in quite a while. And when I say west, anything across the Mississippi River I consider west.
Yeah.
But we used to go to Arkansas, and I'd go in these diners and around Stuttgart and order a meal and ask for sweet tea, and they looked at you like you had something growing out of your forehead.
Yep.
We'll give you some sugar.
Yeah.
No, darling, that's not how it's done.
No. Yeah, that's the way it is right here. You get unsweet tea, and they give you that little tub full of sweet and low or whatever it is.
I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
No, not even close.
We had we were going to Arkansas. We were going to Stuttgart so often, and we were eating. I'm trying to remember the name of that. The Mallard Inn. I think the Mallard Inn. There was a hotel and had a restaurant there. But we were going there so often that when we showed up, we would go to the restaurant. They knew us by name, and
that's good.
And the waitress would go, "They're going to want sweet tea, but let me tell you how it's got to be done. You got to boil the tea, and it's got to sit for about 30 minutes, and then you put the sugar in it, and then you put water on top of that. Go ahead and make about 5 gallons because these boys are going to drink that in about 10 minutes."
Yep.
No. Y'all want a Pepsi? No. You want a Coca-Cola? No. I want sweet tea.
Yep. Oh, yeah. No. But yeah, it's been a good night.
Oh, it's been a great night. I tell you this. I tell you what, and no offense to Mark, because I barely remember him being on my. It's better than my live stream Monday night. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
I'll have to go back and watch them.
Oh, I mean, I kid you not. I was sitting there like. You know, and I'd catch myself and I'd go, guys, I can't read the screen, you know.
Oh. What? Not to South Carolina duck hunt.
Yeah, don't go.
Don't go. We flood too much corn. Y'all ain't got no ducks anyway.
No, they flood the corn. We got too many corn ponds is what our problem is. There's one stretch of the lake.
Oh.
One end to the other, there's over 200 corn ponds.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, our conservation, our walking conservation areas up here that I hunt so much used to flood a lot of corn. They'd leave a hole about 40 yards long by 20 yards wide open, and then plant corn the rest of it. But about 7 or 8 years ago, they quit doing that, and now it's just moist soil.
Yeah,
Smart weed and everything else, and we're still shooting just as many ducks off of it.
Or corn is quick. I consider a flooded cornfield welfare.
Yeah,
it's just like welfare. And
yep.
Now there's a total difference in a harvested field of any sort. Because they can eat it out, and they're still. When you put water on vegetation, you're going to have a certain amount of invertebrate bloom.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Mud Tramp. Hey, Becca.
How we doing? Yeah. We had a place probably 10 years ago. It was some of Garrett's kin folks before they passed away. Once they cut their corn, it was all levied up, and it was levied up next to a big river. We pump it out of the river and fill that up over harvested corn.
Yeah.
And that is a duck magnet.
Oh yeah. Because they have the waste grain.
Yep.
And then they have all the invertebrates and all that stuff that's there, and it pops up, and you put water on dirt, and other seeds will pop up. Other little plant life will come up, and it's just a smorgasbord. It's the guy, one of the biologists, I heard him refer to it as duck soup.
Yeah.
It's a duck soup is what it is.
It is absolutely crazy watching a big group of ducks work a field.
Oh yeah.
I was coming home from work one day, it's been several years ago, and you can see a black cloud in the sky. So I followed it and corned them down in probably a 200-acre cornfield. And it was probably close to 1,000 mallards. A few black ducks mixed in, but mostly mallards. And they'd all land, and they'd feed for 4 or 5 minutes. Then they'd all get up, make a swing, and land 40 yards away and feed. And to watch mallards feed to a cornfield. Yeah. I mean, it's a race. No. They're constantly running, picking corn.
Yeah. And here's something funny. In all the years that I've duck hunted, and all the years that I've traveled, all the places I've traveled around South Carolina, I've only seen ducks feed in a field twice.
Mm-hmm.
Twice.
Yeah.
And a couple of years ago, I was coming back, going to work or coming back. I can't remember which now. And I looked over to my right, and there was a wheat field, a winter wheat field. The shoots were just coming up. It was just starting to turn, the green shoots, they're about that high. It was in February, and I had 40, 50 mallards on it. And I hit the brakes, locked the car up, grabbed a camera. I think it was in the afternoon because Sean Hannity was on, so that was in the afternoon.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there filming, and I got Sean Hannity on, and I'm trying to talk, and I got a copyright strike because I had Sean Hannity on.
Yep.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, them things will flat feed out a 40-acre field in no time if it's a big wad of ducks.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
But what I'm trying to get at is the difference what you have in field hunting.
Yeah.
And we have agriculture here in South Carolina. We have corn, we have soybeans. We got wheat fields, but they just don't, for whatever reason. I'm quite sure there's somewhere in the state they feed in these open fields, but I don't see it.
You don't have the cold weather that's forcing them into those fields.
Push them into the fields. Yeah.
For carbohydrates and protein that they need. I guess the carbs you're getting off the corn.
The carbs. Yeah.
Yeah. But that cornfield that I was just talking about, I watched it for 2 days. And at that point I was off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And like Wednesday night, I called the farmer that owned it. And this is like the last week of the season. He said, I've got all my ground leased for deer hunting. He said, I can't let you hunt that ground for free. It'll make all my other guys mad. He said, how many guys you got hunting? I said, I'll have 5 guys. He said, $100 bill, you can have it the last week, we can have the season. Done deal. There's a bunch of birds.
Yeah.
So that was Wednesday. We went over there and paid him. Thursday, I didn't watch it. We hunted Friday morning. The landowner's nephew didn't know that we'd leased it. He hunted it Thursday.
Oh, man.
Shot an 8-man limit of mallards in 15 minutes. In 15 minutes. 8-man mallard. Nico, here. Hey, get over here. Yeah, it was just absolutely insane. We hunted it Friday. I think we killed two ducks. We hunted it Saturday, and I think we killed like a 2-man, but he hunted it Thursday and pushed them all out. I saw him on Saturday. I was like, hey, what happened? Where'd all the ducks go? Oh, man, Thursday, we hammered him. We couldn't get him out of here. He said 15 minutes and we were done. Dude, we leased this ground from your uncle.
Yeah.
He said, man, I didn't know. He said, I'm sorry. But yeah, they absolutely hammered him. It was crazy. And then I had a kid hunt with me it was the next day, Friday. It was slow. See this black bird flying. You can see it for a quarter mile away. He said, I'm going to shoot that crow. I said, boy, that ain't no crow. I'm going to shoot that crow. I said, don't you shoot that bird. That ain't a crow. Bird got within about 40 yards and he unloaded on it. Thank God he couldn't shoot because it was an eagle. Oh, that was the last time I ever hunted with him.
Yeah.
I said, boy, they're going to take you to jail, probably me to jail for being with you. Our guns, my dog, the 4-wheeler, my truck. They're taking it all.
Everything we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
But yeah, having that warm water lake down there is handy. We can hold a lot of birds all winter long.
Yeah. See, don't get me wrong, it does get cold, but I will tell you the last 4 or 5 years, it has not gotten cold at all. And I'm kind of almost excited right now because for the past 3 years, I'm not saying we've had a lot of rain in the past couple, 3 years and during the summertime. You always get your summer showers, but we've had a lot of rain the last couple, 3 years. Even though we've had a lot of rain this year, we're still the swamp is low because they're letting that water come out, and all this vegetation is growing up. And I'm looking at some really good stands of stuff up in the swamp, in other places, and I'm like, See, all we need is some cold weather.
That's the advantage that you and I have that a lot of people don't have. We're out there all year long looking.
Yeah.
We're finding the food, their shelter. Our blind sites, we're figuring them out months ahead. Where old Joe, he's going to go out there the day before the season and
let all the birds up.
They're just going to look for ducks. They're not going to look for the food or anything else.
And when they're looking for ducks, they're running those boats wide open.
Yep.
And they're jumping birds. And they're going, oh, there's where we're going to hunt tomorrow. As they're going by it, with these loud mud motors and other boats. And what they don't realize, they just push those birds off to somewhere else. Yep. Those birds ain't coming back.
And I was listening to a podcast, I think it was today, guy was talking about hunting timber like that and running boats up through there, scouting for ducks. And he said, if you watch them ducks, they'll swim away 100 yards before they take off, 200 yards up in there before they actually flush. And he said, them guys will see them fly off and they set up right there. Then they can't figure out why they're landing 200 yards away. Like, dude, you chase those birds away, they're going back to where they were.
You know, I've said it on videos, and I'll probably say it on another video coming up soon. And I'll say it tonight. When you're scouting, especially water scouting, and you're in a boat now, whether it's a mud motor, especially if it's a mud motor, look at your maps. Look at the maps, find out where the hole, where you think the holes may be, because things change, and get about 300 yards off of it. Shut that motor down
and sit
for 30 minutes.
Yep.
See if you can hear them. If you can't, there's a new invention. Actually, there's three new inventions that just came out here 2 months ago, and I'm gonna let y'all into a little secret. One of them is called a trolling motor. One of them is called a paddle, P-A-D-D-L-E, and the other one is a push pole.
Yep.
If you utilize any one of those three, you can find ducks.
Yep.
And I can't get people. I mean, I see these young kids. Blaring. Now they putting music boxes in their boats.
Oh yeah.
And they're coming through that swamp, blaring music and cutting up and carrying on. And you're like, wait, okay, it's okay to do that now. It's okay to do that now. It's okay to do that in August and in September and even in the first portion of October. But once you start getting close to the big duck season in November, you need to take the same approach to scouting ducks as you would scouting deer or turkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Be quiet.
Yep.
Get quiet.
Yeah, most of the places, out of the way places that I hunt, you can get within quarter mile, half mile, and get up on a hill and watch. You can watch them ducks. You can watch them ducks come in from anywhere. Get binoculars. You can see what's on the water. But yeah, everybody wants to get right there to see it.
Yeah, and run as fast as they can to get up into it.
Yep. The inventions of them mud motors have put a hurting on them guys like you that hunt the swamp.
Yeah, I run a mud motor. I run a mud motor.
But a lot of them guys run them things as hard as they can everywhere they go.
They won't let off till they get to where they're going.
Yep.
And I put out a little video the other day, a little short, and just riding again through the swamp. And I was putting. I was just. I know what my boat can do. I know it can go a whole lot faster. I can drive it a whole lot faster. And I had some people say, "Why weren't you driving that thing faster?"
It's relaxing.
Why? Yeah. I'm looking. I'm just putting around looking. Yeah. I'm scouting. I'm looking for stuff. Yeah. When I get on the river, I'm wide open on the river.
Oh yeah.
I'm on the river.
There's places for it.
But those back creeks and little small sloughs, just take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Take it all in. Yep.
Because I guarantee you're going to miss something that you probably didn't even know was there.
Oh yeah.
And it could be very good for you for the duck season. I mean,
because you may see that small patch of smartweed or a small patch of millet pops up somewhere,
or a wild millet, or what they call lizard's tail. And you're like, well, that's just tall grass. That's just a tall weed. Did you go and look at it? Did you slow down enough to look at it?
Yeah.
Did you break out your little plant book to see what it was and, read up on it? Whoa, my goodness, ducks like to eat this.
Yep.
I might want to check this out when it gets closer to duck season, but I marked it. I know where it's at. I'll check it out later.
Yep.
It's people. It's it's as fast as they can go. All about them. They don't get the ethics in the of duck hunting anymore.
Yeah, and like Garrett Garrett's running back roads. Not so much since he got his new truck, but he was always running back roads, checking farm ponds, checking everything he can find. And then I do the same. Even now, we're running everywhere. Finding those local geese on everybody's farm ponds right now is kind of handy. But all the guys that hunt around here, they won't start looking till the week before the season starts.
Right.
They've got no idea that there's 25 geese on this pond or there's 40 on that lake or anything.
No, they have no idea there's a patch of wild millet or
nope.
Or millet somebody put out.
Yeah.
Took a 40-pound bag of Jap millet and put it on a mud flat. They don't know that because they're driving too fast.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm gonna have to get headed for bed here before long.
Yeah. I got a late start tomorrow, but I got a late night, so
that ain't good.
No, not good at all. So
we are swamped at work, so it's like, man, all hands on deck as early as I can get there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's been a good night. Hate that Chris had to jump out early, but
yeah, I think it was a great night.
It was. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people bouncing in and out tonight. It was nice.
Yeah, a lot more than what we had last time.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're just starting this, so
yep.
Next week it'll be on Duckalope Outdoors, y'all.
Yep.
So
jump over there and check him out. He's got some good stuff on there.
Oh, he's got some good. I like his taxidermy work.
Yeah, I need to watch some more of his stuff. But as always, check out Daddy Duck 365's channel
and check out W6 Outdoors.
It's going to be a good year. We got a lot of stuff planned this year. I know that.
Oh, I got a lot of stuff planned.
Yep. Well, hope everybody has a good night. Matt, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, buddy. Take care of yourself. Good night.
Yep. Thanks all y'all for watching. Y'all have a good night. We'll catch you soon.